let me show you how I prepare this very delicious green grams. Very simple recipe, easy to follow. First, I start by boiling the green grams. Back then I'm boiling my eggs, that's for the week. But I have my green grams on here. I just put them on the stove and I'll be boiling them until they're very, very soft. Once ready, I gathered my supplies. I've got my pan, my grated carrots. Watch my video on using my machine for grating. Onions, chopped, oil, and I've got some tomatoes and spices as well. Use whichever spice you like for your flavors. First thing, I'll go ahead and turn on the stove. And just let the pan heat up a little, not too hot. When ready, add some cooking oil and let it heat up until it's hot. So my pan is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and add some onions, just a little bit. Let it cook and brown to your liking. Be on the look so it doesn't burn up and allow it to cook evenly. As you can see, mine is already browning. I'll just brown it a little bit more before I add my tomatoes. So my tomatoes are ready to be added to the pan. I just added it a little bit. Continue stirring in the tomatoes with the onions to mix them up evenly. I also added a little bit of water, and this is to help the tomatoes cook much softer and to prevent it from sticking to the pan. Cover the pan and let the tomatoes and onions cook for about a minute. And cover your pan and make sure all the tomatoes are into smaller pieces and all mixed up. All right, that looks good already. Add in the carrots, just whichever amount you want to use. Maybe a little more. And just stir it up together. So the carrots are raw, that means they'll have to cook a little bit more as well. With that being said, I added a little bit more water for the carrots to cook. You can just keep stirring, or you can cover your pan again and let them cook for a little bit. The carrots are much softer, so that shouldn't take a long time for them to cook. Let them cook for about a minute for the carrots to soften up. All right, let's go, people. It's almost ready. Look at my green grams. It's all cooked and ready. All right. So I'm going to add a little bit of that to the pan. As you can see, I've added some already. So this is just enough for a couple of days. All right. So when ready, stir it up and mix it well. That's to mix the carrots, the tomatoes, and the onions together with the green grams. Make sure it's all mixed up evenly. And be careful not to overstir because the green grams will turn into a soup for you. Okay? You don't want it too mushy. Alright, let's see what spices we are going to add in here. All the spices I showed you earlier, that's what I'm going to use. A little more water for the liquid part of it and to prevent the mixture from sticking to the pan. Okay, so here comes my spices. The first one I'm adding is Royco. This is one of the spices from my country. It's very flavorful and it comes in different flavors as well. And then I've got some, it's Githeri masala. That's also from my country. I'm just eyeballing all this. Really, I don't do any measurements. I've got turmeric, very beneficial for joints and inflammations, and also has some good color. I have some curry powder. Curry powder and Githeri masala are almost in the same class, so you don't have to use much of both. Okay. So I'm just going to scoop out a little bit and add to the mixture there. And finally, I'm going to put some salt. The first spice, Royco, has some salt in it, so just be cautious not to put too much of the salt. Okay, so that's all I'm going to use for spices. And as you can see, it's turning out real good already. Stir it up. And make sure all the spices are mixed up evenly. Allow the mixture to cook a little bit. I'm going to add some water just so it's not too clumped up together. And just keep stirring. This prevents it from sticking to the pan. And also to infuse the flavor together. And just to top up the taste, I'm gonna use some coconut milk. Just half the container. Make sure you shake it for it to mix together. And this is the easy open container, the easy tin, so you don't have to use a can opener. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir it up a little. This is just to make sure it's all mixed up completely and there's no lumps in there. There shouldn't be. And just add half of the container. That's all I used. You can also use whipping cream if you want, or just regular milk if you want. Look at that. Oh, it's so creamy. I'm craving for it already. Yeah. So basically that's the main step. And just turn down the heat and let it simmer for a little bit. Being cautious, stirring it occasionally to make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. Because once you add your spices, the chances of it sticking is very, very high. And I just covered it, let it simmer for a little bit, maybe like a minute or so, just for the spices to cook. And look at that. Ooh. Eat with whatever kind of side dish you like, some veggies, some chapati. You can never go wrong with that. Okay, this recipe is very, very simple. You can achieve it at your own comfort in your home. And I hope you can try it and let me know how it went, okay? Enjoy. So I'm gonna just put a little bit in the bowl and enjoy it to myself on this cold afternoon. All right? Okay, people. I hope you can join me for my next cooking video. All right. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.